Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video over on the center on Ark Survival Ascended, and I wanted to show you how to get black pearls over on the center. Now there's four methods, right? Now one is going to take you a lot longer, one is going to be kind of difficult, but it'll get you pretty quickly to where you need to go, and then the other two are well known, but they are probably the most useful to mid to late game. So I'm going to walk you through all four of those methods, show you how to do them, and then the best way to go about them and when you should be trying that. So if you don't mind, smash that like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm, and then consider subbing to the channel. All right, so first off, the four methods are: one, you can technically harvest trilobites, and trilobites have a low percentage to give you a black pearl or two per trilobite. So if you can find a large amount of trilobites, which is difficult to find, the best way to do that is to actually circle this zone. So if I just show you, for example, right? So there's a bunch near me, but over in this zone right here, there are actually quite a few trilobites in the bottom of the ocean. And if you use a, not Dimetrodon, Diplocaulus, the weird looking smiley things that'll give you the ability to basically one tap any trilobite, they can harvest a very good amount of black pearls over here. The negative side of going to this section with a Diplocaulus is it's very dangerous, and there are quite a few things that can kill the Diplocaulus, but there are quite a few trilobites over in this region, so you can use the Diplocaulus and get quite a few trilobites for the actual black pearls. Now, if you swim around the bottom of the ocean, you can also get some occasionally, but you're better off just going to this zone. Now, that is a not super useful strategy, right? Because that's just how it is. So there is, however, a creature. Now, you don't know this for sure usually, but eurypterids. Now, eurypterids, just so you can see them, they spawn in huge numbers in certain zones of the map. Now, eurypterids are also, let's just show you, for example, what that looks like. So this is a eurypterid. Now, they're the weird looking sea scorpions is what people commonly call them. They're considered a rare spawn, but on the center, they will spawn in the deep ocean and then the super deep ocean. It can just be difficult to locate them sometimes because they're so friggin' small, right? Now, it does suck when you're trying to locate them, so there's a couple of things that you can do to actually locate them faster. If you really want to go through this method, you can, but you can actually change the shadow quality to 0, and then we can also turn off the instanced foliage. Now, that is going to basically reduce everything for us, and it's just going to make it so it highlights creatures. Now, it'll also highlight, conveniently, deep sea ocean crates. You can see that one's got some good stuff in there. But a eurypterids will be on the bottom of the ocean. Now, the one thing I will say is kind of interesting about it is there is a special creature known as the megalodon that can actually harvest at a much better rate than anything else. So the megalodon is really, really good at harvesting eurypterids and getting black pearls. So eurypterids can be found. They just do the bottom thing around the bottom. They're very, 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 very low health because they're all level 1. So you can basically one tap all of them. And pretty much every single time you hit them, you're going to get at least one black pearl. Sometimes you'll get 2, maybe 3, but megalodons will get a black pearl off eurypterids pretty much every single time. So eurypterids are a doable thing, but because they are a little bit more difficult to find, obviously you saw how difficult that one was in a massive ocean, it's not the best strategy just because it can be quite difficult. Obviously, as you can see right now, I don't see any others, and I'm not highlighting any others. It's very dark down here, and it can be difficult to figure out what's going on. So not the best strategy. The best way to get black pearls on this map is to go after the alpha Tusos and alpha Mosas, because there are such a high number of alpha Tusos and alpha Mosas on this map that it's almost a joke. So just to show you what I mean by that, let's go ahead and type in alpha. And you can see alphas on this map seem to like all over the place. There's an alpha Mosa. Oh, there's one right next to us. Cool. Sweet. So there's a level 95 up here. If you circle the deep oceans, you will find a ridiculous number of alpha Mosas, alpha Tusos, all kinds of stuff. And they're kind of just hanging out. This one looks like it somehow got lodged in a wall, which is kind of funny. Is it really stuck in the wall? Because that's really interesting if that's the case. Really? Interesting. I didn't realize they could get stuck in walls, but now I learned something today. Oh, that's interesting. This is a cave. What? That's kind of cool. And there's an alpha Mosa up there. So you can kill them, obviously. Now this one is stuck in a wall, unfortunately. But each time you kill an alpha Mosa or an alpha Tuso, those are going to give you, I'm just going to go ahead and show you what I mean by that. We're going to go ahead and go ghost here. And you can see that there is an alpha Tuso or Mosa stuck inside of the wall. Now, it does have 177,000 health. You can see that. You can technically pull it out of the wall if you kind of like slowly guide it to follow you, because they don't get stuck by mesh usually. Oh, I guess this one does. Even better, if this one can't hit me, I can attack it, and that's just fine. But they do have a ton of health. So getting a good shark or a good tame that can swim, you can kill an alpha Mosa because their turn radius is so massive. You can sit behind their shoulder and actually attack them on a continued basis. And they kind of just get stuck, which is kind of hilarious because they just do these massive circles and can't actually hit you. And then when you inevitably kill them, they actually have in their inventory for you 100 black pearls. Now, obviously, they can be difficult to find because, you know, you have to find them on the bottom of the ocean, so on and so forth. But if you're swimming around, you will find them. Now, if you're having a hard time finding alpha Mosas, honestly, there's a lot more alpha Tusos. They seem to be much more common, and they will spawn at a higher height than the alpha Mosas will. The alpha Mosas tend to be deep ocean, whereas the alpha Tusos tend to, no, I thought that was a eurypterid. I was like, sweet, how cool is that? Oh, there is a eurypterid right there, just to show they do exist. You will run into them eventually. There's ammonites here as well. Ammonites can technically drop some pretty useful stuff as well. So they will drop black pearls. There's some more eurypterids over here. And again, you can just get all this stuff just by trolling the bottom of the ocean. And as long as you stay on the bottom, that's where all the eurypterids are. There's an ammonite right there, and there's an alpha Tuso. Now, the special thing about a megalodon is a megalodon has an increased gathering rate for black pearls, by the way. So you can technically get the most with a megalodon. Now we're going to go ahead and say, megalodon, oh, really? You're just going to like chill over here? Okay, buddy. Oh, I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to let him do his thing. So, where is this megalodon? There it is. Megalodon. Okay, really, dude? You're just going to... This is the most confusing battle I've ever seen. But you can see 114,000 health on the Alpha Tuso. So it's less. It's a little bit easier to kill than it is to kill a much larger version. You can see he got 75 pearls off of that. And again, that is, obviously this one's way high level, but it's not that difficult because there are so many of these alphas inside of the waters. You can swim back and forth and just hit what's called the 90 path. Go ahead and show you what I mean by that. See this 90 line right here? You can go up and down this 90 line, go up on the top and then down on the bottom, or the other way around. And you will find a ridiculous number of alphas, and that is a great way to do it. You can technically place some stuff inside of something like this because there's a lot of air pockets that exist inside this game. And you will also, while you're doing this, you'll run into eurypterids, you'll run into other things, and it'll allow you to actually, as long as you have some good, like a good megalodon or a good tame in general, you'll be able to get quite a few things that you didn't realize you could. That might be a eurypterid up there, actually. So I didn't get any off that one. It's a rare drop off an ammonite, but you can technically, there's a black pearl. So as long as you just kill these things, there's a couple of black pearls right there. What is that? It's an anglerfish. Okay, not going to matter. But you'll see that you do get a little bit of everything gets aggroed to you, which isn't a bad thing because that's kind of what we're trying to do. But the ammonites will occasionally give you one too. So the oceans of the map, the center, are probably some of the most common things that people underuse and undervalue, and that's due to the fact that you can get a ton of resources. A donkey can be one of the most valuable things in the entire game when it comes to this map, because when you just go through the ocean, you can harvest things and you can kill all of this stuff here just by going around. Now, technically speaking, let's go ahead and go to the next one. Next way to get some black pearls, by going to find the Tusos. Tusos can drop black pearls, so we'll go ahead. Where is this guy? Right over here. Cool. So we're going to go ahead and show you what I mean by that. So this is just a regular Tuso, right? They spawn all over this map. If you manage to kill one successfully, they will all have black pearls on them. You can see there's 23 per Tuso. So you can get a stupid amount of black pearls because there are a stupid number of Tusos. You see what I mean by this 90 line? You just go back and forth on it and you will kill a ton of Tusos. Is this one low? Maybe it's in the lower zone, like I said earlier, but I think it is actually. And it should be right over here according to the map. It's the map. Always right. Oh, maybe it's in the low zone. But again, if you go down to the low zone and you go after these Tusos, And we should, I bet you it's like right around this corner, isn't it? Maybe, maybe not. Let's just go ahead and track it. Where is it? Oh my goodness, it's up here. Oh. Blink. Where is it? Blink. There it is. So again, if we just get inside of this thing's inventory, we will actually be able to harvest all the black pearls from it. And killing just a regular Tuso for 40 a pop, only 4.3k health, you can get a ton of black pearls. Now, again, I've only been down here for a little bit. There's 240. Just get a decent Mosa or a decent underwater tame, and you'll be able to get a ridiculous amount of this stuff. So I know it's not, some people are gonna be like, oh, you can just kill them in GCM mode. Yeah, but realistically speaking, once you get to mid game, you just get a couple of, like, get yourself a good Tuso, get yourself a good Mosa or a good Plessy or anything like that, and you will have yourself a black pearl machine. So because this map has this like 90 pathway, you can get a ton of those larger tames and get the black pearls. So hopefully this video helps you out in getting the black pearls and kind of teaches you everything you need to know. And yeah, that's kind of what we're going for. But if you don't mind, smack that like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm, and then consider subbing to the channel. All right, Teach.